Maya Angelou. Difficult personalities often wear masks of anger. Look for the vulnerability beneath and offer a hand of support, not a label of demon. The idea of demons lurking amongst us, possessing our loved ones and twisting their behavior can be a captivating yet unsettling notion. However, the reality is often far more nuanced. Difficult personalities, negative behaviors, and even toxic relationships can cause immense distress, leading us to wonder if something more sinister is at play. Before we jump to conclusions about demonic possession, let's explore some alternative explanations and strategies for navigating these challenging situations. Unhealed wounds. Often, difficult behavior stems from unresolved emotional pain. Childhood trauma, past hurts, or insecurities can manifest as anger, manipulation, or withdrawal. These behaviors are a person's way of coping with their inner struggles. Think of a friend who constantly criticizes you. This negativity might stem from their own feelings of inadequacy, leading them to project their insecurities onto you. Unhealthy habits. Sometimes, negative behaviors become ingrained habits. A family member might resort to passive-aggressive communication because that's what they witnessed growing up. These patterns, while destructive, often operate unconsciously. Think of a loved one who uses guilt trips to get their way. This manipulation tactic might be their default mode of communication, learned from their own upbringing. Mental health challenges. Certain mental health conditions can manifest as behavioral issues. Anxiety, depression, or personality disorders can cause someone to act in ways that seem out of character or irrational. Think of a partner who exhibits extreme jealousy. This possessiveness might be a symptom of an underlying attachment disorder, not a sign of a demon taking control. Communication. Breakdown. Sometimes the most challenging relationships simply suffer from poor communication. Misunderstandings, unsaid expectations, and a lack of healthy dialogue can create conflict and resentment. Think of a child who throws tantrums to get their needs met. This behavior might be a desperate attempt to communicate their frustration because they haven't learned healthier ways to express themselves. So, how do we navigate these situations without resorting to demon hunting? Here are some practical steps. Seek understanding. Instead of assuming the worst, try to understand the root cause of the behavior. Consider their background, potential emotional struggles, or communication style. This can help you approach the situation with empathy rather than fear. Set healthy boundaries. While understanding is important, allowing yourself to be mistreated isn't. Set clear boundaries about what behavior you will and will not tolerate. This doesn't mean forcing a change. It means protecting your own well-being. Open communication. Seek opportunities for honest and open communication. Express how their behavior affects you and what you need from the relationship. This doesn't guarantee a positive outcome, but it allows them to understand your perspective. Seek professional help. If the situation is complex or feels overwhelming, consider seeking professional help. A therapist can offer guidance on communication strategies, coping mechanisms, and even help the other person address the root cause of their behavior. Know your limits. There are situations where distancing yourself is necessary for your own mental and emotional well-being. Don't feel obligated to maintain a relationship that is abusive or toxic. You deserve to surround yourself with positive and supportive people. Remember, the goal isn't to spot demons, but to understand the complex dynamics of human behavior. With empathy, clear boundaries, and a willingness to communicate, you can navigate challenging relationships in a more constructive and empowering way. While the concept of demonic possession might be alluring, the reality often lies in unhealed wounds, unhealthy habits, and communication breakdowns. By approaching these situations with a compassionate curiosity and a commitment to healthy boundaries, you can empower yourself to navigate difficult personalities and build more fulfilling relationships. The human psyche is a tapestry woven from experiences, emotions, and coping mechanisms. While some personalities might appear abrasive or challenging, judging them as demonic undermines the complexity of their inner world. Here's how we can move beyond labels and foster genuine connection. The power of empathy. Stepping into another person's shoes, even for a moment, can be a transformative exercise. Consider their life experiences, potential anxieties, or insecurities. What might be causing them to act out in this way? Think of a coworker who constantly takes credit for your work. Is it a desperate attempt to feel valued in a cutthroat environment? Understanding their potential fear of failure might foster empathy and a willingness to find a collaborative solution. Recognizing learned patterns. Many of us adopt behaviors and communication styles based on our upbringing. Difficult personalities might be replicating patterns they witnessed in their own families. Think of a parent who uses harsh criticism as a motivator. This approach might stem from their own experience with a demanding parent, not a lack of love. Recognizing this pattern can help you respond with compassion and suggest alternative communication techniques. The ripple effect of trauma. Unresolved trauma can cast a long shadow, impacting behavior and relationships across generations. Consider the difficult personalities in your life. Have they experienced any form of trauma, emotional neglect, abuse, or loss? Think of a sibling who exhibits unpredictable mood swings. Could it be a manifestation of childhood trauma they haven't addressed? Understanding this potential link can encourage you to offer support and guide them towards healing. The mask of anger. Sometimes, anger is a mask for deeper emotions, hurt, fear, or a desperate plea for connection. Difficult personalities might lash out because they don't know how to express their vulnerabilities in a healthy way. Think of a friend who constantly picks fights. Is their anger a way of pushing people away to avoid getting hurt again? Responding with understanding and offering a safe space for them to express their true feelings can foster a deeper connection. The importance of self-reflection. As we navigate challenging personalities, it's crucial to reflect on our own triggers and communication styles. Are there ways we can improve our own responses to create a more positive dynamic? Think of a parent who feels constantly criticized by their teenager. Is their anxiety causing them to overreact to harmless teenage rebellion? By acknowledging their own triggers and practicing active listening, they can foster a more open and respectful communication style. Remember, the human spirit is inherently good, even if it's obscured by layers of pain or unhealthy habits. By approaching challenging personalities with empathy, recognizing the potential root causes of their behavior, and fostering open communication, we can create space for healing and build more meaningful connections. Instead of seeking out demons, let's think up the humanity that lies beneath the difficulty. This shift in perspective can empower us to navigate complex relationships with compassion, understanding, and a genuine desire to connect. The allure of a quick fix, labeling someone demonic and seeking an external solution, is undeniable. However, navigating difficult personalities requires a deeper understanding of the human tapestry woven from experiences, emotions, and coping mechanisms. By moving beyond labels and demonization, we can foster genuine connection and empower both ourselves and the other person. Empathy, a bridge, not a justification. Stepping into another's shoes, even for a moment, can be a transformative exercise. Consider their life experiences, anxieties, and insecurities. What might be causing them to act out? Think of a boss who micromanages. This controlling behavior could stem from a fear of failure, not a malicious desire to make your life miserable. Recognizing their insecurity allows you to communicate more effectively and potentially find solutions that address both their needs and yours. The ripple effect of upbringing. We often adopt behaviors and communication styles from our families of origin. Difficult personalities might be replicating patterns witnessed in their childhoods. Think of a friend who is constantly critical. This negativity might be a reflection of their own childhood experience with harsh criticism. Understanding this link allows you to set healthy boundaries and avoid internalizing their negativity. Trauma. The invisible scar. Unresolved trauma can cast a long shadow, impacting behavior and relationships across generations. Consider if difficult personalities in your life have experienced trauma, neglect, abuse, or loss. Think of a partner who exhibits unpredictable mood swings. Could it be a manifestation of childhood trauma they haven't addressed? Understanding this possibility encourages you to offer support and suggest resources for healing, promoting a healthier dynamic in your relationship. Beyond anger. Unveiling vulnerability. Sometimes anger is a mask for deeper emotions, hurt, fear, or a desperate plea for connection. Difficult personalities might lash out because they don't know how to express their vulnerabilities in a healthy way. Think of a family member who instigates arguments. Is their anger a way of pushing people away to avoid being hurt again? Responding calmly and offering a safe space for them to express their true feelings can foster a deeper connection. The power of self-reflection. Navigating challenging personalities requires honest self-reflection. Are there ways we can improve our own communication styles and responses to de-escalate situations? Think of a parent who feels constantly disrespected by their teenager. Is their frustration causing them to overreact to teenage behavior? By acknowledging their triggers and practicing active listening, they can create a more open and respectful dialogue. Ultimately, the human spirit is inherently good, even if obscured by pain or unhealthy habits. By approaching challenging personalities with curiosity, recognizing the potential root causes of their behavior, and fostering open communication, we create space for healing and build more meaningful connections. Instead of demonizing, let's seek a deeper understanding, empowering ourselves to navigate complex relationships with compassion and a genuine desire to connect. This shift in perspective allows us to move beyond labels and demonization. It empowers us to build stronger relationships, fostering empathy, understanding, and the possibility of positive transformation for all involved.